Floss magazine.
Floss Style.
Alright. Sitting here with the legendary Raekwon.
What it do, what it do, yo.
Alright. But you want to tell us a little bit about the album you got coming out, man?
Yeah, album is called Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang. Real solid album, you know what I mean? When you look at the title, you know what's going on, Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang. I feel like I represent both sides, and it's a mental battle. It's the mental versus the ego, you know what I mean? It's discipline versus flamboyantness, flossiness, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's these two schools that got a problem with how they dealing with one another, you know what I mean? But they come to find out in the long run that they represent one another. They're one of the same, you know what I mean? And the joint is filled with like 17 tracks. You know, I got a couple of features up there. Of course, I got my Wu family involved, a couple of cats from the Wu involved, and I got a couple of my peers involved, you know. I got Raheem Devine, I got Rick Ross, I got Nas, I got Lloyd Banks, you know, it's a very colorful album, but what I will say is that everybody made it their business to jump into the world that I wanted to go in with this album. So when you hear it, you're going to hear everybody representing to the fullest and really, you know, participating in a great way with this album. But at the end of the day, you know, this is my album coming after Cuban Links 2, which I dropped a year and a half ago. This is where I'm at right now. I want to be able to serve the Wu-Tang fans to the fullest on this album. I feel like everybody been waiting to hear Wu sound and project, and I feel that this one is really gonna, you know, enlighten our flag and make it more stronger.
Absolutely. What inspired the body of work, and what inspired the title?
What inspired the body of work was actually when we had dropped the 8 Diagrams album a couple of years back. Brothers wasn't happy about that, you know what I mean? Right. And we always said that day when that album came out, like, RZA put us in a situation to where, you know, we not looking right off this project that everybody was so amped to get. You know, when you think about Wu-Tang, a lot of the fans want you to go back to that classic Wu-Tang sound. Right. You know what I mean? And we didn't have that on that album. So my idea back then was to come with another album real quick and call it Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang. So I brought the idea up to everybody, and I think dudes was more or less just saying yes at the time because they was upset, but they wasn't really ready to go in and handle that project, because, you know, a project, you got to nurture it. And, you know, at that time I knew cats wasn't going to be available to get down like that. So what I've done is I said, yo, you know what, let me finish off Cuban Links 2 and make that official, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to handle that Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang thing I was talking about. So I decided to call my next album that album, Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang. I could have came with something different, or came with another title, or went left and did something totally different, but no, I wanted to come back and support my real Wu-Tang fans and give them something that they could say is, yo, this is classic Wu style music right here. So I felt like this album was a perfect glove, perfect fit for that glove.